Well, hello, gang. Troy W. Hudson, the voiceover with personality, just messing around in the background with some Snap camera filters. Just having a little fun today. It is Friday, October 23rd. Welcome to the Voiceover Weekly Stew. I hope you are doing well today. It has been an incredibly busy and productive week for me. Unlike the first couple of weeks of October where it was kind of like a little slow and kind of bizarre, which gave me time to catch up on some of the things. But this week was, it ramped up quite a bit. I hope you are doing well this fine Friday. This is a politics-free zone, just so you know. I have done some political VO commercials this past week, and I was debating on whether or not to share any of them. And I decided in the end, even though they were cool and the production value was really high on them, I decided not to go there because I know tensions are a bit high right now, and people are kind of stressed out. And at 5 o'clock on a Friday, the last thing you want to do is sit there and go, "Oh, you're one of those," or "Oh, you believe that," and I'm just not going to go there. I did watch the debate last night. It was quite entertaining. I actually made myself a big bowl of popcorn and enjoyed. It was quite the program, and as one of the headlines came out, it was much more substantive. That's a hard word. I used to think it was substantive. It had substance. Yeah. Why can't they just say that? As opposed to say the first one. So that's all the politics you'll get out of me today and on social media, period. Welcome LinkedIn viewers, welcome YouTube viewers, and welcome, who else? Oh yeah, Facebook, that Facebook thing. Welcome to one and all. I seem to have lost something. I knew I had something I needed to get to. Oh yeah, I know what it was. I lost 6.5 pounds since last week. Since the last time I saw you, there is 6.5 pounds less of Troy W. Hudson, the voiceover with personality. Look, I can even go in my cheeks a little deeper. Can you tell? Can you tell it in the face? They say that's the first place you lose it. I don't know. Maybe not. But anyway, yeah, I'm on a what I'm calling a 57-57 challenge. That just means on October 17th, which is 57 days till the time I turn 57 on December 13th, I've decided to really focus on my health and focus on getting my weight down. And I know how it works. The first like week or 10 days, you're like, oh, you drop really fast and then you kind of plateau. I know how the water weight thing works, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not confused about that part. But 6.5 pounds is 6.5 pounds. Part of the thing I do is I get up every morning, rain, shine, cold, or heat, and that's a thing here in South Carolina still. I get out and walk for I hike 5.7 miles. Every single day for 57 days, and I add exercise to it. I've got this regimen. I've got a special diet I'm doing. Nothing artificial, just watching my portions, etc. I feel better. I really, really do feel better. I'm not sure if I sound better yet, and I think that's one of the objectives. I was trying to figure out a way to tie it back in there to business stuff, because it's all interrelated. There's fuzz flying in my room, or dog hair. It's all interrelated, really, because the way you feel, your physical well-being, your balance, your restedness, just all of those factors come into play. The diet you eat really does come into play when you're speaking. And I think ultimately, and I know ultimately what it'll do, it'll help me be a better voiceover artist, See, when I get through all the weight, I'll be able to say voiceover artist really smoothly and easily. And I do tend to trip over my tongue. I think it's because I need to lose weight in my tongue. So that's part of the thing I'm looking at. My goal, I'll just put it out there. I put it out on my Instagram channel. Might as well put it out for the world to hear. I started at 277.5. Good grief, dude. Yeah. So it's out there. And the goal by day 57 on my 57th birthday is to be down to about drop 30 pounds. And I feel that was realistic. And then be after that, continue on. The only exception I'm making, that I did make this past week, like I said, was I had some popcorn during the debate, which was a nice treat. As far as the regimen, if you're curious and how I'm going to do this, the exercise is one thing, but the diet is another thing as well. And that is to no fast food, no snack food, which is really, really hard for me. But so far a week's gone by, but it's Friday. And what it is, I don't know what it is. There's something about the weekend and going into that period, even though I'm booked on Saturday and I normally am doing things on Sunday, there's something about that mentality of it's 5 o'clock. I want a cold beer. I want a chips, dip, whatever. Salty snacks is a real problem for me, or has been. And, pizza, just the wrong stuff. And it catches up to you, young people. It catches up to you. I'm telling you, it catches up. It really catches up. It does. The metabolism is not what it used to be. I can gain 10 pounds in a few days, and it takes me, weeks to probably lose 10 pounds. So I just wanted to put that out there in case anybody was interested. On my Instagram, troywhudson_VO. Hashtag 5757 challenge if you're interested in doing it with me, or if you're just interested in following. I put out a live video on the trail, which is where I'm usually at every day hiking, just to say good morning and show you where I'm at. Variety of work this week. Oh my goodness. This past week, crazy all over the place. Let me just pull up the calendar. I think there it is. The calendar, the color coding just simply means the green stuff was Fiverr-related projects. The red stuff was other projects, more direct client. The red and the orange is that. The purple, if you can see that, that's Upwork. And so it's a little bit of everything. And what I'm sitting in front of right now is just the fact that the blue is just the VoiceOver Weekly stew. So yeah, as you can see, it was a wide variety, and there were a couple of pockets there that were open, but really just crazy stuff. I was the voice of a horse in a video game for the game Horse, the basketball game where you'd go HORSE, and that was a blast. And then I got contacted middle of the week for a heating and air company, and they said, these are the pictures of the owner's dogs, and this is a picture of a parrot, and this is you, and we need you to bring to life these two dogs on a Zoom call with a parrot. My kind of stuff. And I said, okay, is this in the South? And I was thinking, oh boy, I'm gonna have me some fun. And they said, no Southern accent. And I said, okay, because there were like two Scotty dogs, and I was like, oh, that'll be fun. And they said, no, don't do that either. And so I couldn't get too cartoony, but I had to, just kind of have fun. Have fun. And so the character voice is doing a horse, doing dogs, and doing a parrot. Parrots, they're very stereotyped. And I felt, I wanted to do something different for the parrots. But, ultimately it came down to, no, don't go too off, don't walk the gangplank. We want the parrot to still sound like a parrot, the kind that would, be sitting over here on the shoulder. We want that parrot to be realistic because he's talking to dogs on a Zoom call. And so that was fun, heating and air company. I did wrap up something that I'm super, super proud of. Not that the video is amazing, or the voiceover is amazing, but it's a project that has been in the works for me for a company called RCS. They're the world's largest provider of software and automation systems for radio stations across the globe, thus the world's largest, this globe, so that makes sense. And I've been doing work for them for, I guess 3-4 years now. And the most gracious and patient marketing person ever, Diana, if you're listening, you're awesome. You got a mug too. This project literally took me months. Okay, I don't want to admit how many months. They were so patient and gracious with me because first the whole COVID thing of the shutdown and business disruption and just crazy thing on both ends, crazy things. And then eventually it was just a matter of my voiceover calendar got so full that 98% of the work I do is all VO. And the very few projects I do for video clients normally tend not to be very complicated, very straightforward, and nothing crazy. The RCS videos and the work I do for Media Monitors, same company, division of them, is very much more involved, and it's all After Effects. Now, back in the day, back in another lifetime, way back yonder, like from probably mid-late 90s through the 2000s up till around 2013, 14, so, After Effects is what I lived and breathed as a video editor in a commercial production house and before doing corporate video. I could sit there and crank out 30 and 60-second spots in a day's time and do like 50, 60 layers of effects. And if you know After Effects, it's Adobe's compositing program, animation program, extremely deep, extremely involved. I don't pretend to know all the whistles and bells because it's gotten so advanced over the last few years. But I do still have it on my computer because I've got the Creative Cloud suite of applications, and it's a nice thing to come in handy, a nice thing to have. Audition, Photoshop, After Effects, Illustrator, and Acrobat. But so when I stopped doing that full time, mid-teens of the 2000s, I kind of lost my edge. I mean, I could get in there and crank out and do some crazy, crazy cool stuff. And I look back at it now and I'm like, I cranked out 600-700 car commercials in 12 years or so, and it was all After Effects based. But now, when I get into After Effects, it's like X keyframe, Y keyframe, Z keyframe. Do I want to use a 3D camera? What'll it do? How do I move this from here? How do I type this? How do I make the text type on with effects? It's like I lost that edge, I lost that proficiency, and it's probably like anything else. It's not like riding a bike, where you get back on, it's like, oh, I remember all the cool things I can do on the bike. It doesn't work that way. But nonetheless, that particular client likes After Effects and likes the cool, layering and composition and graphics flying on and screens inside of screens. And the whole premise of this video was to show one of their amazing automation tools and how it worked for radio stations. And so I'm going to stop talking about it and just show it to you. This took me months to do. Obviously, I did the voiceover and mixed the music. But this is the RCS video that took me months to do. And you may be going, that took you months to do? I've been so busy, it took me months to do. So finally, after I'm done with this, I'm actually going to send the invoice off because it's been approved, it's been published on Vimeo, it is live, it is here, and so here is the RCS video.
RCS is the worldwide leader and innovator in music scheduling software. Powerful. G-Selector is goal and rule-based scheduling, looking at your entire library and choosing the best scoring element based on your musical philosophy. G-Selector will not blindly schedule the next available element simply because it could play. Instead, G-Selector's scheduling process involves plotting elements based on day-part turnover, scheduling the elements with a defined score as determined by the programmer's priority list. Flexible. With G-Selector's extensive real-time data, users can instantly break down all of their library, including turnovers for their artists, titles, categories, and any customized user-specific attributes. Users can utilize modern scheduling techniques like slotted scheduling, multi-attribute timed-based segue bands, day-part or category-specific priority lists that include goals and rules interchangeably. And with Linker, G-Selector can apply the same scheduling techniques to enhance your station's imaging. Modern and mobile. Programmers are no longer locked to a studio. We must have access to our logs from anywhere at any time. With Selector to Go, users can view their library, schedule a log, massage their log, or even send their log to their local automation, all from any device that has internet access and network permissions. integrated. For maximized efficiency, G-Selector syncs with Zeta radio automation so that any logs, audio, metadata, and reconciliation are instantly shared in real time. Adding a new element to your library? Now you're adding the element once because of G-Selector and Zeta integration. The most respected names in the industry choose RCS as their software provider because the best use the best.
Yeah, baby! Got it done finally. RCS. So yeah, I did the voiceover, did the mix, and actually did all the video editing in Adobe After Effects. And again, that took a long time to do. You know, there's that one line in there that still makes me laugh every time I hear it. And I know what it means because it was in brackets to explain. Massage the log. Massage the log. I picture... Never mind. Yeah, it's funny. I've got a fire pit on my mind tonight because today after this this voiceover weekly stew, I have a plan to go out and go to the store actually and get some bratwursts. Don't worry, I will be wearing my mask. When I go to the store. Actually, I should probably wear it down here. No, like here. Yeah, there you go. Not poking fun or anything, but just kind of getting into the festiveness of the Festivus. That would be in December. The festiveness of the October holiday. And so I will be doing a fire pit and getting some brats at the store and bringing them back. And then cooking them. Yeah, cooking the fire pit. I was thinking fire pit. I'm like an hour and a half ahead. This is weird. But having a good time. Thank you if you're watching this on the replay, by the way, and you stuck around this long just to get to the mask part. A few surprises next week, and Mark, when I grow up, sir, don't grow up. Adulting is highly overrated. Thanks for joining me, Mark. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for that. What was it? Oh, yeah, the fire pit thing. So, massaging the log. It's interconnected, folks. And just not random stuff comes out of here. Real intelligent stuff comes out of here. You're not talking to a slouch. Anyway, another project I worked on was for a robot company. And this is called Nightscope. It's a short 15-second spot. I'm not the deep-voiced announcer in the beginning. I am not the female voice. I am versatile, but I am not that versatile. But anyway, here's the short 15. You'll hear me in the middle as the little robots get off the track and jump on the platform. And they're being greeted by the nice female robot, and it's family-friendly. Here we go.
Nightscope K1, reporting for duty.
Now approaching on Platform B, Nightscope Transport.
Nightscope K5, reporting for duty.
To learn more and schedule a demo, please visit us at www.nightscope.com.
Yeah. The phasing obviously done to indicate there were two robots, I guess, for my part. So that was kind of cool, being part of that Nightscope ad. Well, there was something else I wanted to... The energy drink Grenade. I don't have the spot yet because it's still mixing. They hired me to do... It's a British energy drink, as I understand it. At least that's the UK market that it played in. Last year, or earlier this year, I think, the years all run together. In 2020, as we know, has been weird. But the makers of Grenade Energy Drink contacted me to do their spot for the drink, workout spot. I think it was like April. Yeah, that's what it was, because it was showing people being isolated on like home video cameras, and it's been a weird year, and you can still get your edge, drink a Grenade Energy Drink. Well, they contacted me again this past week, and they needed a rush job, and that's one of the cool things. In having the home studio set up and being basically inside the padded room. If you're not familiar with how a voice actor's day goes, a full-time voice actor, we basically sit in this padded room, and we're either sending out auditions, we're corresponding with clients about projects, sending out offers, putting in bids, or actually producing. And depending on your workload, and you saw my calendar earlier, the vast majority of that, thankfully, was production. Now, it's not all voicing because a great deal of it, probably more so, is editing. And so, the thing about that is when you're also dealing with people in time zones, let's say, for example, the UK or in other places in Europe or the Middle East or East Asia, I just got contacted by another client. They're 8 hours ahead. They're talking to me about a project they want to do tomorrow, and they want to know how fast I can turn it around. And they said they'll let me know 12 hours. And I'm like, 12 hours, it'll be 6 a.m., 5 a.m., and so I could get it done in 3 hours and still get some sleep. Okay. But the Grenade energy drink knocked out another spot for them. They've got an energy bar and they've got the actual drink, so it was kind of cool to do that for them. The client basically contacted me within an hour, had both spots done for them, and that's kind of the way it works. In the padded room, corresponding back and forth, and you just never know. The phone goes off while you're outside, or, if I'm on an errand, if I'm running to the bank or the post office or something. Essentially, it's Monday through Saturday for me, is like in prep mode, always ready. And that's just kind of the nature of the way things work in this day and age, doing voiceover in a home studio. You just never know. So, that's just kind of the coolness and kind of the expectation. And I got to say, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. If you saw last week, I'm one of the most blessed individuals on the planet to be able to do what I'm doing. Celebrated 8 years in professional voiceover, doing full-time voiceover work last week on October 16th. Oh, something, and in addition to all the sitting here and doing stuff and emails and correspondence, there's little things that can sometimes slip through the cracks. And let me give you an example. What you're seeing on the screen right now is the storyblocks.com website. Now, AudioBlocks, which is part of Storyblocks, is the music library I use for all the background music. You heard it in the RCS video. It's one of the services I offer to be able to have background music. AudioBlocks or Storyblocks is not my only source of background music, but it is the primary source that I usually go to because it's got more of a variety. I did in the past. I've used Epidemic Sound for my taste and for what I was doing and what I do when I put background music, whether it's phone messaging or on a video or corporate presentation or anything like that. Children's stories. They were too kind of edgy and tried to be really modern, and a vast majority of the cuts had vocals on them, and they just didn't fit with the kind of production that I do. So what I did is I actually at one point I had 3 music libraries I would pull from. The third one was Digital Juice, and they have quite an extensive library of different things. They've had them for years and years, back in the days when they would have CDs shipped to you and they would have a new product roll out. That was a way to go. I've actually still got some CDs in the closet somewhere, but it's all online now. And so you can type in a mood or a genre. It's the search function is not as advanced as Storyblocks, AudioBlocks, but at the same time, let's see if I can do something here. I'm not sure if I can do this in Ecamm or not. Can I do it? Can I do it? I was trying to do picture-in-picture just so I could look at you. Picture-in-picture. That's the other room. I don't want to see that. That's the other room. I want to see... That's my computer room where no one is sitting. So if you're curious, that's what that is. I can't get the picture-in-picture to work right. And that's not right. So let's just get rid of that. So anyway, what I forgot to do, this is kind of the business of doing the voiceover. Having 3 music libraries was a little bit expensive and wasn't really needed, so I canceled Epidemic Sound. I still have Digital Juice, which is like a lifetime subscription, so I don't have to renew that. But, excuse me. But what I've got here, excuse me, is Storyblocks, and I was getting ready to change my like countdown music and intro music for the weekly stew. And I went to pick a piece, and I was like, oh, that sounds really good. I'll just drop that in at like 5 minutes before 5. And I had it selected, and I went to download it, and it said, your subscription disappeared or ran out as of October 13th, and I forgot to renew it. So it's those things. I mean, it's what I should have done is put it on auto renewal, but I didn't. But if you're curious what a library of music that has thousands of cuts costs to use, this was the plan I went with, the annual plan, which is about $150 a year. But the amount of music you get is phenomenal. So yeah, that's basically that's basically what I forgot to do, and now I have to go back and do that. So yeah, the business sort of side of things sometimes can bite you, and you don't know. It just helps to put things on auto renewal and just keep it simple. It really does. Yeah, it really, really does. So yeah, that's about all I got for this week's edition of the VoiceOver Weekly Stew. I'm cutting it short because I want to get out of here, go get some wood, get some bratwursts, make some hot dogs for the puppies, and just have a kind of relaxing evening by the fire pit, and not eat bad stuff, but have a brat, have a piece of fruit, have a glass of wine, and no chips, no junk, no pizza, no bun even for the brats. I'll just eat it the way it is. Oh, who we got here? Tasha. Hey, Tasha. Who else? Great show. Enjoy your nights. You too, sweetheart. All right, Troy W. Hudson, I'm out of here. Oh, in case you didn't know, that's my green windscreen, pop screen. It's been too long since I had it on. And it's on now. Kazoo says, have a great weekend. You guys be blessed and be a blessing.